Alright, what is going on, everyone? We are back with another bundle review, and this is probably the bundle I've gotten the most use out of. I think I rock this Maya skin like pretty much since it dropped. I've always been using it fairly often, and I'm not sure the price, but I'm pretty sure it was only like 12, maybe 15 bucks. It's way cheaper than the like big bundles, but it does come with less stuff, as you can see. This isn't like a very crazy bundle. You're not gonna get much out of buying it. The main thing is the operator skin. Another thing you get a Model L blueprint. We've seen quite a bit of Model L blueprints for zombies or just in this game in general, and it's just not a great weapon. It comes with RCXD skin. I can't get this to work in zombies, so we're not gonna be showing that on gameplay. We will try to show it in multiplayer. It comes with emote, a charm, emblem, large decal, and a spray. So overall, not much to come with here, and as such, we'll be rating it based on a different scale because it just doesn't come with much. And anyways, let's get right into it. We'll be playing Liberty Falls, and I will see you all. So going into this, I think it's very interesting they made this a bundle when like none of the story stuff that this bundle really relates to happens on the Liberty Falls map, which I also think is wasted potential. So those of you who don't know, in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, there is a group of bikers called the Steel Mountain Riders. I think that's what they're called. And they're from Liberty Falls, and that's where the Bloodburner bike comes from. And as you can see on this weapon, the charm that comes in this bundle is the Bloodburner keys, pretty much. I don't know why they didn't really go into this on the map. I guess there still is a chance for Janus Towers to have it, but I don't know. I feel like they could have utilized that a bit more. Like maybe have a bar at least. Like, bikers like to hang out at bars. Have a bar area, like one of these areas, or I don't know, just something. Anyways, here's the gun in game. It looks nice. I haven't used this. Actually, this is my first time using this blueprint. It looks nice, very shiny, and we can go into third person. Nope, not that. I always get that confused. Steel Mountain Riders, right there on the back. SMR. So very interesting. I also like the purple tracers on the gun. This gun does not have elemental damage built into it. Uh, Not much of a shock. This is a cheap bundle, but apparently the one with Scarlet Rhodes, that skin, has poison on it, so a bit interesting they didn't do that. But like I guess one thing that is important to note is that you can get, I think, almost all, if not all, of the contents of this bundle for free. As part of the COD Recon team thing they're doing, you like redeem points and stuff, and you can get every like item in this bundle as part of that, I think, or most. I know you can get the skin, I think you can get the blueprint and like all the other side stuff. So maybe that's why they didn't add like element to it, because they knew they were going to give it out for free. I don't know. Very interesting. This is probably going to be a shorter video just because there's really not a lot to cover. So I think in the future, because there's like very small bundles, like that don't really feature a lot, I'll probably jumble those all together. So like the one that has the drill blueprint in it and the one that has that 1XMG blueprint, I think I'll probably just put those together and like do reviews on them in one video as opposed to making a full video. But I think this one and the Scarlet Rhodes bundle and any others like this size, I feel like I can get away with making a whole video on. Alright, so here's a look at the spraying game. It actually looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Um, it's very dark. And let's take a look at the emote as well. I think this is down the hatch, pull out a beer, set it on fire. Nothing comes out of it. Break the bottle. Okay. Okay, she burps fire. Not a very good emote. I don't really like using emotes in this game. I think the feature is nice, but I'm not a fan of using them. I used emotes a lot on Cold War because they didn't like pull you out of your character. Like you still got to play the game as you were. There was one emote I like to use where you just pull out a zombie head stuff, and I don't know. I like emotes like that as opposed to the like over the top dancing ones. I think balancing both would work better. So knock on wood here, but I think Treyarch has learned their lesson on spamming Maya for zombies bundles, because both zombie bundles that came out this season, the other one we'll be getting to eventually, they don't feature Maya, and Maya only has a battle pass skin. So hopefully season 3 reloaded, they avoid her as well. Give us another Weaver skin and another gray skin, I think, and then maybe we can go back to Maya. But at this point, Maya is not relevant in the story at all, so I think they're kind of done with her. They kind of spammed all her stuff, and now they're done. So hopefully we get more Weaver, we get more Gray. We especially need more Gray focus on the next map. Carver got a few chances to shine with the Terminus intro, and the Liberty Falls outro, I guess you could say, was a chance to shine. Obviously the skin he got for Shattered Veil was very cool, being kind of like Pentagon Thief. Anyways, let me quit yapping. I'm gonna go pack-a-punch this thing. What am I doing? Okay, okay. Kind of basic, you know. What you see is what you get. Wait, does the skull have a different color too? No, it's still silver, okay. I almost wonder why they don't have like a silver camo. You know, we have gold, but like, surprised they never did silver. If they're gonna do like the whole tiered camo system thing, it would be kind of cool if like they had bronze, silver, gold, or you know, they could just make those ranked skins. Make, instead of doing like a gold rank, they could just skip a gold rank and go to like, I don't know, platinum, diamond, whichever one they use. I don't really keep up with COD ranking. Anyways, you don't really have much to show off in this bundle. The Bloodburner key is very cool. Wish we could do something about that on this map. I know there is intel for the Steel Mountain Riders, and I did get all the intel on this map once, but then they wiped all the data, so I'm not really going to be trying all that again. I'll do that at some point. Well, honestly, once this Black Ops Tribute event is finished, I'm all gonna record a few of these and then uninstall COD for a bit. Just because I want to play other games. I just recently played through the second half of Final Fantasy VII Remake, and honestly, that game is probably one of my new favorite games of all time. It's the first game I've played, really, where, in a long time anyways, where it feels like it knows it's a video game, and it just feels like one, if that makes sense. There's something about it that's so addicting. Like, I finished the game, I don't want to play hard mode yet, but I'm still, like, going back, doing all the other side stuff I can. So, like, I got all the weapon abilities, I'm working on getting all the bridal dresses. Like, it's that serious to me, I don't know why. And then I'm gonna have to play Intergrade. I'm excited. And then I'll get around to playing Rebirth, which is gonna be a long grind for that, I know that for sure, but that'll be fun. And then we'll get to the finale of Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy, which I wonder what that's going to be called. It's probably going to be called like Reunion. They tend to say Reunion a lot in Final Fantasy VII. But anyways, this is about it for Zombies gameplay. I know there's not much to show off. I wish I can get the RCXD skin to work in this, because I would. But the only one that seems to work for me is the one in the most recent Battle Pass. But it's odd because that one doesn't seem to be working for me in multiplayer, so it makes no sense. Anyways, well, let's hop on. multiplayer map, and we'll show off this weapon with camos. Alright, so we're here on Rewind. Uh, Again, Liberty Falls map, it kind of just makes sense to play it. And we do have another bot in this game, so we can get that score streak. I'm pretty sure we have one in the game, yeah we do. So I'll go ahead and get the RCXD real quick, and then I'll show it off. Alright, we have the RCXD, so let's go ahead and take a look at it. That skull is big, and it has the crystal on it. So why does this not work in zombies? Like, I feel like, bro, this has the crystal on it from Forsaken, and I think there was another map that had it, where like the transport for Outbreak has this on it. So why does this not work in zombies? I hope it's just a bug, but like, this is actually like a nice thing to have in zombies, you know? It has the giant skull on the head too, like stuff like this, like it almost like makes me wish like we did have more of that Steel Mountain Rider stuff in Liberty Falls, because I feel like that was one of the cooler things that came out of Modern Warfare 3, and one of the things we knew, and we just didn't get it. Hopefully we get something in Janus Towers related to them now, or maybe BO7 gets something. Okay, well that's gone, so now we can just go ahead and start our showcase. So this is the gun in multiplayer, and we can not die to this bot. You know, it looks nice, like the silver very shiny, the like burners on the end are a bit burnt, kind of makes sense. But it's kind of odd, they mix like the skull aesthetic with snakes. Kind of an odd choice, not snakes, spiders, my fault, I'm stupid. But this is it with normal camos. Let's go ahead and take a look with our zombies camos. So here we are with Mystic Gold, and I mean the black looks nice on the accents, the kind of Damascus texture, but the gold itself doesn't look good, I will say. It doesn't really match. Like, if the skull and the sideburns got turned gold as well, that looked pretty nice. Okay, so here we are with Opal, and once again, I've said this before with another bundle, but this is where I think Plague Diamond would actually look good, because the blue they have here doesn't really work with this bundle. But like, if it was Plague Diamond, that pink slash purple color would work very nice. I wonder, maybe they should bring back Plague Diamond in BO7. Alright, so here we are with Afterlife. You know, it looks fine. Just the blue and the like Afterlife part works well, but it's the skull and the engine stuff on the side, like that's what makes it a bit awkward. Like, I'll be saying what my real opinion is once we get to the end, but again, I think just the purpley zombies camo works better. This probably looks really good with Dark Matter though. I'm not gonna grind for Dark Matter anytime soon though. Let's go ahead and swap over to Nebula, and we can begin our final. Alright, so here we are with Nebula. Looks pretty nice. Let's go ahead and shoot it so we can see the full effects. I mean, it looks pretty nice, but call me crazy here. This where a camo like Dark Aether would have been better than Nebula. I really hope BO7 does what Modern Warfare 3 did and just has a different camo for that weapons masteries, because while I do really like Nebula, having a different final camo would be nice. I'm thinking do what they did with this game, have the like third camo be a callback, so maybe, you know, weaponize 115, maybe make it weaponize Prima Materia. I feel like they could go they could make some people real mad with that, but I'd kind of love that. Make it weaponize 115, but it's red. I feel like that'd be kind of cool. And then they could do just new camo. I don't want Borealis or Bioluminescent back. I feel like those were fine for Modern Warfare 3, but we don't really need those back anytime soon. So let's go ahead and get just a new camo. That'd be fun. Maybe bring back some of those camos as just event rewards. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into our review for this. So overall, the main showcase of this bundle is the Maya skin, and maybe my personal preferences are gonna show here. Giving that a 5 out of 5. You know, we all know, we all see what's there. I don't need to go in detail about it. Very nice skin. Uh, for a secondary item, I'd say that's just the Model L, and yeah, the Model L, it's alright. I'm gonna give it a 3. I do kind of prefer it over the Dead of the Night one we got, so take that as you will. For our accessories, that's our emblem, that's our spray, decal, charm. Given that a 2, I think the only really worthwhile thing there is the charm. Get some, just put that on a weapon and look fine. Um, and for miscellaneous, I'm gonna go ahead and just put the RCXD there. Honestly, I'm giving that a 5 as well. So, overall, this bundle is a maybe if you should buy. For its price, it's not horrible, but there's also just other things you can get for a similar price. And it honestly, I feel like sometimes gobblegum packs are just worth more than bundles. Like, for 1100 COD points, you get one of each legendary and ultra gobblegum. I feel like you'll probably end up getting more use out of that than some of the cheaper bundles in this game. So it's up to you if you want to spend your money. I'd say it's not a great, you know, bundle to pick up, but I'll say it's maybe, not a no. And overall, this bundle's not bad. There's worse options out there. I feel like there's worse, higher price options out there. So, I don't know. This one's very cool. For our next review, I'm thinking I'm gonna do. I keep saying this. I think I'm gonna do the Tomb bundle. I am in no rush to do the most recent one because, first of all, I don't have it yet, and second, I just don't really like it. So I'll do that at a later time. But I'm probably gonna go ahead and record a lot of bundles and just space them out over time. I'm gonna start putting out other videos too. Don't know about what yet. I have to see, but hopefully they're good. If they're not good, I probably won't put them up. So, yeah, these will be consistent, maybe once or twice every week. And yeah, if you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and maybe leave a comment if you're so inclined. And with that, I will be ending here, and I will see you all in the next one. See ya.